guys, my name is Lawrence and I'm from Rectron, which we supply a lot of power energies. If you check here with me, I have your T1000S and your T2000S. It simply means your T1000 means 1000 watts and the 2000 watts inverter. So here we have two batteries and here we have one battery. The battery that we have in this unit is the AGM 100 amp gel battery. So if you check with me here, you have all your DC to DC output, which is only 12 volts, and this is 5 volts. So 5 volts, you can connect accessories such as your phone charger and all those stuff. And then your 12 volts, your stereo, and many more accessories that takes 12 volts DC output battery. And then if you check here, we have a DC output switch. So this switch is designed to control all these accessories here, okay? So if you check now, the unit is off, and I'm just gonna quickly go around here. If you check here at the back, you have your battery switch and you have your AC input, right? So your battery switch is the built-in 100 amp battery that comes with. So if you pull up this breaker, you're switching on the battery and the unit will operate using the battery mode. So if you check here, it says battery extension and it says solar. So on the battery side, you can plug your external batteries. You can plug to the case of maybe 4 batteries, 2 batteries, or just one additional battery to the other one. So how did they connect this? The battery inside is already connected in parallel with this outlet here, which is your positive and your negative. Be aware not to reverse the polarity when you're connecting your external battery. And this section here, it says solar. This is your PV, which is, if you look at here, it has a solar charge current, 12 volts, 30 amps, built-in solar charge controller. So now, what's happening is you have only 360 maximum watts on these T1000 inverters, whereby you cannot exceed that. Anything more than that is losses, all right? So that's your PV, you connect your PV there. That's your input test or protection switch, whereby they've installed a fuse inside. Before the unit gets blown, then this fuse will protect you, okay? This is your output. This is where you connect all your TV, your laptop, your desktop, your lights, whatever you want to connect there. Okay, so if you look in at the back here, this is the DC breaker. I'm just going to quickly put it up, and then you will come here in front. You can see the unit display screen or LCD screen is currently off. And then now the unit says it's ready to be used with a battery. At some point, this LED or green LED for battery, it will flash. The reason why it flash is because your unit will always be on charge at all the time, and is flashing to show you that it's cutting off the voltage charging the battery. So now I'm just going to quickly switch it on here. That's a unit being on. So it will take some seconds before it can switch out on that. So if you see that that's your output, you see 220 volts, and you have your battery supplying your load, okay? Anything that is not coming through the battery is coming from power, it will be bypassed, all right? So you have your function buttons there, which is you can change your settings. We have settings option number 1, 2, 3. Settings number 1 means you're using utility as your priority. Settings number 2, it means using solar to charge the battery. And setting number 3, using battery without being charged, okay? So this is how the system looks like. If you look at here, I have 0 volts. This is your input. Reason for that is because I've connected my input supply. All right, so at the back here, I'm just going to quickly come here. You can see you have a cord, like a extension cord, your kettle cord. Then you put it there on your input AC. Then you're going to quickly switch it on your breaker or whatever source of supply you have. Okay, so if you come in front here, you will see now I do have my 230 volts. And the unit switch back to bypass, and also now it's charging the batteries, which is whatever we're expecting at the moment. So also, this Eskom supply charges the batteries and also supply the load. If you look at that diagram there, it says it charges the batteries and also goes out to supply your load, which is mostly much more important, right? So this is your T1000. It comes with one battery, and this is how it operates. Very simple and straightforward. Just I'm going to quickly move on to, I'm just going to switch it off now. I'll switch it off there first. Hold it there, then it's off. You can see there's off. So if the unit is off, you will see your output is 0 and your input now is 237 volts, right? So I'm going to switch off the battery breaker. That's your battery breaker. So now, when you switch off your battery breaker, now you switch off your AC breaker, right? So now, if you look at in front now, the unit is off, right? So all the functions are there. We'll speak about the functions at another session. So going to this one, this is your T2000. Simply means it's 2000 watts and can only handle 2000 watts of load. You can only use this system for light inductive stuff, for like your TV, your lights, your decoder, your DSTV, and all those kind of stuff. So it also comes with the DC switch and also a 12 volts output and 5 volts output to charge your batteries, as already spoken to this side. So the difference between these two, this one comes with 2 batteries, this one comes with 1 battery. This is a 24 volt system, this is a 12 volt system, right? So now on this, it means you do have double power of this. It's 2000 watts, this is 1000 watts. If you look at the functions here, they are very similar but not the same, right? So you come at the back of the unit, we do have the same function. You have your battery breaker, you have your solar breaker even this side. So now you can also, on the T2000, you can break your solar and you can also break your battery. This is just there for any cause of fire and protection, okay? So your solar input goes there, which is a positive and negative there, and the maximum solar of this is 800 watts, okay? So now, if I push on this breaker, in this case, the system will never be on. The reason why is because this is just a demo unit, and our battery is now on this ran flat, and we cannot charge anymore. So now, the breaker will be on if I want to use battery, and also, this breaker will be on if I want to use solar. The battery breaker must always be on at all the time, because why it must be on is because of you will need to charge your battery, all right? Then I'll quickly take this cable, the same cord as the T1000. You're going to plug it where it says AC input, right? You can plug it into AC input there, so which is fine. So I'm going to switch on the AC input on there. Yeah. Check this one, I didn't press on and off, it just straight in one kick. The reason for that is because of we're running low with battery, so it cannot start using the battery module. So you check here, you have your input, which is your ESCOM, 238 volts, and you're going to get inverted voltage, which is 220 volts output, which is quite more simple now. Same function as the T1000. So if you check, this one comes with LED screen there. Also LED lights, which is PV, line, inverter, and fault. So if you have some fault voltage or fault inverter, then it will come here and pop up the LED faulty display. And then PV is your module, your solar and line voltage, and your inverter. So your inverter normally works when there's no line voltage. Line voltage simply means it's your ESCOM voltage, okay? So same functions as the T1000, looks very better as well, and gives you better power. Yeah, so I think that is good, and that is the end of the session. Thank you.